going on, yo? It's Blizzaveli, 21 years old, coming from Rockland County, rocking with me. Feel me? Regular shit.
So, Blizzaveli, what's going on?
What's poppin'?
So we just gonna jump off straight up with the infamous question we ask everybody here at the spot.
What's good?
Describe the Rockland County culture through your point of view.
Rockland County culture. I say everybody's together, but divided at the same time. Like, I mean, I feel like there's so much going on at one point, but everybody sees each other as competition, so they don't really they don't mesh together like that. But it's Rockland. Mm-hmm.
So, talk about how you got started with music and why you decided to step into this music shit.
So I was like 15 years old and shit, and I was in school suspension and all that. Stay out of trouble kids, all that good shit, but feel me, I was in school suspension and all that. You know, I got bored, I started writing mad shit. And, you know, I left my notebook in the ISS room and shit, and the next day some kid found it and was like, yo, like this shit is tough type shit, like you really need to start doing this shit for real, you know. Just sat back, started thinking about it for a minute, and all my friends were saying that I should keep doing this shit, so that's what I kept doing, you know what I mean? So nice shit ended up being nice at this shit.
So back in those days, right, what are the things you were writing about? Because obviously, like, you were young, you know, there wasn't really much to talk about, but you were still rhyming shit.
Yeah.
So what are the type of shit you would talk about back then?
All types of shit, bro. Where we grew up from, you know what I mean? Shit ain't the easiest, so, I mean, we talked about, for me, struggles, like, what we want in life, where we come from, shit like that, like, mm-hmm.
So, from writing songs in a notebook in ISS, somebody when you heard somebody found it, how did it make you feel? Because you know sometimes people don't like when people find out that you make music or whatever. Everybody want to be low key with it. So how'd you feel?
I was like,
how'd you feel when you found out he liked it?
Yeah, when I found out he liked it, I was like, alright, cool. Like at least he didn't say no dickhead shit, cause I would have been mad. But for the most part, him finding it, I'm not even gonna lie, fake annoying me, cause I mean half of the shit I said was really hurtful towards some individuals. So it was like, I mean, it was just all fun and games. So once them shits came out, it was like fuck it then. I mean, this was just gonna keep going forward. I'm a rapper now.
Do you feel like if he didn't like it, you would have never kept rapping?
Nah, at the time I probably would have bugged out on him personally. From a talent level, I probably would have just took that as criticism, you know, went back to the crib and got back on my shit. You know?
Right. So from writing in a notepad, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did you make that transition to making your first song in the studio?
So for a minute, a lot of my friends and shit, they were like, I mean, like, why don't you actually like record something, like this whole rapping for cameras and shit like that, like, why don't we just actually make a track and shit? And I was like, alright, cool. So at the time there wasn't too many outlets for us to record out of. There was either like Mike Visions wasn't even open still. It was just Kelvin's garage.
Yeah.
So my son Kelvin one day, he hit me. He told me, he was like, yo, I heard you make music. Like I got a studio in my garage. Like what you wanna do? So then the rest is set in stone. Like just recorded and just didn't stop from then on.
So, from that song, right?
Yeah.
What was that song about? What was the name of that song, if you can remember?
The song was called Be Careful and Not Diss the Certain Person From Out Here. Nigga hold a little traction or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep it 100. At the time, people was telling me the song was good. I hated that shit. I'm gonna keep it 100.
What'd you hate about it?
Nah, I feel like, you know, as an artist, I always downplay what I do so I could always come back with something better. I mean, I feel like everybody gets comfortable. Once you get comfortable sounding the same, it just doesn't come out right anymore. So, you know, that's what I did.
Right. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit, right? Before we get back into Blizzy.
Yeah.
You were the first winner of the Who Got It challenge.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience a little bit.
Nah, it was a cool opportunity, man. Shout out King Mill, shout out SLDM, shout out Society of the Arts feel me, for having me come through. You know what I mean? I thank y'all for even thinking about me, for me, putting me on as the first, for me, battle. I didn't even think that I was, for me, even ready to do that type of thing. But now we had a lot of fun in there. Like, you could see a lot of amateurism, but it's a lot of stuff to work on. I mean, just happening. Now y'all can see I got that catalog and shit. Hopefully y'all tune in. Man.
For the artists that are sleeping on the Who Got It Challenge, talk about how important it is and how effective it was for you guys to be up there.
Nah, yeah, it was extremely important because I'm not even gonna lie. You know, a lot of people tuned in. If you look at a lot of the numbers and where people was watching it from, you would never believe like certain countries would be even in tune with us. I mean, it was good for an experience. You know, you get to learn how to move with a mic in your hand, like on stage in front of a camera, in front of a lot of people. We learned a lot from that situation.
So what do you want to see going forward from the Who Got It Challenge and to the people, to the new followers that picked up from the Who Got It Challenge? What do you want them to know about Blizzy?
I want niggas to know that, feel me, I'm really nice at this shit. Like, it's not no bullshit. Like, I'm top 10, I'm really not 10 though. Like, I really do this music shit. I take this shit serious. It's my passion, it's my career, it's my future, you understand? I look at it different. I'm not just some dude that hop into the booth and this is just something that I thought was cool. This is something that I really think about every day of my life. Like, this is the rest of my life, so, you know what I mean?
So from the first song you made in the studio to everything you got out now and everything you've accomplished so far, how have you educated yourself to make better music?
Just listen, you know what I mean? You gotta listen to all types of shit, even the shit that you don't want to listen to or the shit that you feel like sounds trash. You gotta take everything into consideration, you understand what I'm saying? Music is a feeling. Music is meant to bring out certain emotions. You know what I mean? If you go in there and you sound emotionless, you're not gonna get any type of feedback or any type of love from that. You know what I mean? Usually I would just go home. I mean, watch people. I used to watch people's recording processes, like big artists. I used to watch the recording process. I used to watch the producers process and to putting stuff together and all that. But yeah, that's what I did to get better, to be honest.
What's one thing you wish you knew when you first started making music? So from like when you was writing in ISS to now.
I wish I knew marketing. I mean, I'm not a very outgoing person, so a lot of times you see me, I'm not the type to feel me go out the window and be like, yo, what's up type shit. So, you know, marketing is really a big thing. If I would have knew about marketing by the time I was coming into this shit, I feel like I would have been in a way better position. But we're doing good right now. Shout out to God. I mean, Pretty doing her thing behind the scenes. Y'all don't see that. But word.
So talk a little bit about your creative process. When you're in the studio, what are some things you do before you make a song?
You know, I got a lot of anxiety problems, so I overthink a lot. So a lot of my creativity drives from that. I would say when I'm in the studio, it's not really much. I just really have to hear something and see what type of mood the beat is going or something like that. I could either create a story, I could tell my own personal stories, or I could just, I mean, get on that just straight regular new type, just rap about anything type shit. So it honestly depends on the mood in the studio. If you know what I mean, if Pretty hits me on some shit like, yo, this is a studio session but we not playing today, like this is some shit, then you might get a more serious track. And if it's on some like, yo, we just booked the studio for a couple hours, let's see what we come out with, you gonna come out with some fire shit, but you're not gonna come out with the same type of energy you would come in if you come in on that type of time where you trying to put on type of shit. So yeah, it's pretty much it behind my creative process for me. Smoking goes a long way too, I won't even lie to you. I smoke every time I write. I don't have to smoke while I write, but I mean, for the most part I enjoy smoking and writing.
So, describe Havershaw a little bit for the people who've never been there. The music scene, the culture, everything about it.
Havershaw is like a little Caribbean, like you come through and you probably see a group of Haitians, you see a group of Dominicans, a group of Puerto Rican kids, Guatemalan kids, like it's all like that. I mean, throughout Rockland, but more so It's more of like I don't know. There's just a certain type of love about Havershaw that's like it's different about every other part of rockin'. Like people just gravitate to Havershaw. I mean, growing up around here, we didn't have too much, so we just had each other type shit. So we just came outside and we just make the best of whatever our situations were. So that pretty much sums it up about Havershaw.
And now, what about the music? Do you feel like the Havershaw scene is slept on?
Yeah, I would say it's slept on. It's a lot of people that do not get a lot of credit, like Prez Laurent from Havershaw. You got Hoodie C from Havershaw. Who else you got from the store? You got Ratchet. Ratchet's very slept on. Who else? Pro slept on. Pro Dillinger. Who else did you say type shit? Presto slept on too. I won't even lie to you. Presto slept on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Too much going on, so I can't bring in too many names. But Havershaw's really slept on when it comes to this music shit. We're really good at this shit. So.
Okay. So talk a little bit about your career path before music. Was it always rap, or did you want to be a baller, a shooter? What's the word?
Yo, so everybody that grew up in any type of environment, I don't care what you say, your first career choice was definitely a sport. I don't care what it was. Everybody thought that they was going to the NBA, and yes, I was one of those niggas. Everybody thought they was going to the NBA, but then reality set in, I mean? And even with this rapping shit, sometimes reality set in. But I'm really nice at this shit, so I don't really take that shit serious. So as far as getting into this music shit, ain't nothing to me, you know what I mean? Before this shit, I was really just a regular nigga, bro. Trapping, just doing regular shit, regular hood shit, you know what I mean? Just chilling with the homies on the block. I mean, I still do that shit, but now I make paper. So it ain't nothing.
Word. So now let's get into your most recent drop, Heavy World, the project.
Yeah.
Talk about how that came about, why you named it Heavy World, all of that.
Alright, so you know, I was still dropping music on SoundCloud, never dropped nothing big on any type of, you know, streaming platforms type shit. One day I was coming to the block or whatever to say what's up to niggas. Some shorty come out the blue like, yo, what's going on? Tells me her name, this and that. We exchange numbers, information. I mean, pretty for the most, pretty to God. If y'all holla at her, pretty to God. That's my management. So yeah, she hollered at me. And at the time, I never really noticed anybody that really took that type of, want from me. Nobody really, how would I like to say, like, nobody invested me like that. We have a couple people who are down to pay for stew time and all that, but really down to invest in me as a brand. So as soon as she showed me that idea, I was like, cool, let's get to it. She said, all right. As soon as we agreed to that, she said, all right, I'm gonna book you a session 2 weeks. We're about to do a little EP together. I'm about to see how you work on the project. So pretty much that's what we did. It was just a collective of songs that we had together. Halfway in between, we didn't even know what to name the shit, to be honest. We were thinking about mad shit, but you know, I said Happy World mad times throughout the whole EP. So she was just like, fuck it, just name it Happy World. And rightfully, we from Happy World, like Happy World, aka money making. Niggas know the deal, like, stop playing with us.
So talk about the features you had on there and why you picked those guys.
Let's see. My first feature, I had Hope on Watch Your Demeanor. That was more than an organic thing. We was just rapping in a car and shit. You know, our mutual friend, one of our mutual friends, they was just like, yo, why don't y'all just get into the booth together? Like, what's going on? Why y'all waiting so long? We kind of looked at each other and was like, you know what, you right. And originally that song wasn't even supposed to go how it was supposed to go. It was supposed to be a straight drill song. It was not supposed to have any type of party feel to it. It was supposed to be straight menace, like on that type of time. So after that we had Hoodie C. Now Hoodie C, I grew up with Hoodie. We got our mothers is cool and all that, so I definitely had to get him on the project. I had I think that's about it. Features, right? Yeah, that's about it about features for me. If I miss a couple people, I'm sorry, man. It's just, I mean, everything was organically made. Like, nothing was like we was hollering at people to see if we could get certain people on the track. But that's what it is, man. It's a good project, though. I'll give it that. Good project.
So was that all the music? Is that the only project we're gonna hear from Blizzy this year? Is there more drops on the way?
What's
going on?
Out real soon.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, like very soon. Like y'all niggas better tune the fuck in. It's not no regular like, oh, Blizzy just dropped. Nah. You got to be on a whole different type of level. Like you might see somebody that you used to seeing on all types of social medias on there. You might get a big feature. You might get, I mean, you don't know what you might get out of this shit. You gonna make some classic shit, I mean, it's heavy world shit, free clips, free shady, everything for Duke, everything for pop, I mean, that's what we doing.
So what do you feel like is different about Blizzaveli's music?
I make drill music, but people tell me like, it's drill that everyone could listen to, like all ages could listen to, and that's weird. Like I would say, cause I say some crazy shit in my songs. Like I'd be surprised, but for the most part, off first hit, off like first glance at hearing it, you could just tell like the way I construct songs is for everyone to relate to it. It's not just for one set of people to relate to something. I mean, I want everyone to feel how I feel. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
So, talk about how important it is to understand the business behind music. Because like you said, you got a team, you got a manager, you got your shit correct. A lot of people just in the studio making songs and just putting it out and just, that's it.
I mean, the business side is tricky, bro. You could end up like Jay-Z or you could end up like MC Hammer, you understand what I'm saying? Shit, there's no love in this shit, bro. Them suits, them suit and tie dudes, they don't care about what you gotta pay for, what type of people you gotta care for, you understand? So every day for me, I try to enlighten myself and every other artist is, type of contract situation, so I could at least get an idea of like what I'm getting myself into. But as far as everything else, shit, bro, I didn't even know I needed a manager until Pretty came into my life. I'm gonna keep it 100. I was gonna do what everybody else did. You understand what I'm saying? But blessings come into your life, you gotta take advantage. Blizzy took advantage.
So who are some artists that we could see Blizzy working with in the future? Who's some Rockland artists you like to work with?
Rockland artists, man. Shout out TFE Madi, we got a couple tracks like still got shit to work on. Let's see, man. There's mad shit going on, man. Feel me, 3 bands. I fuck with 3 bands, I'm not gonna lie. Fucks with him. I don't know him as a person, I fucks with him. I would love to make a song with him. There's a couple dudes, man. Rest in peace, Dude, free clips, you know what I mean? Everybody wanted those type of collabs, but unfortunately, certain circumstances, we couldn't deliver that. So, we about to get a lot of West Coast features. Y'all about to get a whole bunch of stuff like. But yeah, as for Rockland, me and Pro gotta get one in. I mean, who else, bro? I really don't got an idea right now. Sorry, I mean a lot of shit going on, but I mean, everyone who I hollered at prior making music with, y'all know what's up. Definitely. If your name didn't come up to my head real quick, then pardon yourself, bro.
Perfectly fine. Okay. Second. So silent.
Good job, though. I like this.
Nah, it's good.
Transparent.
Nah, yeah, hell yeah.
A lot of interview, I'm telling you, bro.
You're very transparent. You actually do good in interviews. I like that. Really very transparent. What?
Like this nigga be tight, bro. I'll put him in an interview. Not tight, but he'll be like, this is what we watching.
I'm dead. 3, 2. So when did you notice that your career was starting to pick up? From that moment you were in the ISS room to now, what was the moment you were like, okay, this shit's actually starting to happen?
Ironically, yo, I was really just walking on the street, yo. Some little 7-year-old kid came up to me. He like, yo, you look like a rapper. Like you look like I seen your face before. I'm not even gonna front, that shit made me smile real quick and shit, but that's when I really realized, like, maybe people are actually paying attention now, like, whether it was a kid or an adult, but that's when I realized everyone was paying attention. So,
What can we see from Blizzy in the next 5 years?
Shit, I hope a fucking record deal. I hope somebody come knocking on my fucking door with some papers, bro. Bro, I'm tired of this hood shit, bro. As far as that, I mean, shows, a lot of videos, music videos, one shot by for me. Yours truly, Kingo directed. We're gonna do a lot of stuff, man. Shit's gonna be turned up, yo. I hope everybody tunes in real quick. I mean, if you're not tuned in, I ain't gonna say you a hater, but I mean.
See you later.
Yeah, word though.
Alright, so before we get out of here, leave a little message to your supporters and anybody who's been rocking with you so far.
Yo, man, I appreciate all of y'all, bro. Like, without y'all, I wouldn't even the fucking mind. You understand what I'm saying? Like, not nothing without y'all. So, you know, I appreciate everyone. I mean, I hope everybody just stay safe. You know what I mean? Stay on the right side. You know, this world crazy, but we're gonna get through all this shit, though. Y'all about to see a whole lot of this, though. Like, a whole lot of face. Y'all about to see a whole lot of, about to see a new Blizzaveli. So I hope y'all ready for that shit, so. Alright, yo, you can follow me on Blizzaveli on Instagram. I mean, Blizzaveli. And then you can see me on Snapchat. All you gotta do is add an extra I. I mean, yeah, bro. You already know what time it is, bro. It's Happy World Loyalty Before Money, Money Way Before Most, man. It's an exclusive interview given by SLDM TV, you know what I mean?